I'm Simon, this is Sandeep, and we're here today to talk to you about unlocking the value of your data. As a CX function, we're heavily focused on data and outcomes, and that's underpinned by our 4D philosophy, which is dynamic, data-driven decisions. Now, you'll have seen this 3 times already, I'm sure, so we're not going to focus on this too much, but just to say that in each of the other practices tend to focus in 1 or 2 of these areas. As a data function, we focus across all of them. So we believe that data is, you have to have the right data and analyse it in the right way at the start of any transformation and follow that through, making sure that you're using the data to guide you in making the right decisions, making the right calls on what improvements to and to not make. So yes, that's why we sit across all areas of this. And we believe that by using data, we increase the chance of success for that transformation. We also ensure that at the end of the transformation, we can do the analysis and look at where the improvements actually were, rather than just trusting at the end that they've happened. So I'm going to pass you over to a colleague, Sandeep, now, who's going to talk about reasons why digital transformations fail.
Thank you. So, this is the reasons why digital transformations fails. Thank you very much. No, just kidding. As we can see, this research was conducted by some pretty big names across the top, consultants, not us. So, and the reasons why they fail, the themes are very similar. So, the reason why we do our transformation our way is so we reduce the failure rate, the chance of failure. We want to give you the best chance of actually having some success out of the back of it. As Simon says, sorry mate, we start with data to ensure we get to the root cause. We avoid treating any symptoms. Never sell tech where it's not needed. So we'll touch upon this as we go through the deck. Unrealistic expectations, so 50 to 60% fail because of unrealistic expectations. We focus on the data for the sole purpose of, one, we want to be sure and confident that the tech that we put in is right, if we do put tech in, and we want to be able to sit with stakeholders and the senior leadership teams in businesses and tell them this is the expected benefits, this is your expected ROI, and we want to be held accountable, I guess. Like, we want to make sure it's the right thing for your business and make sure it works. So these are the types of problems that we solve for our clients, and we've done so hundreds and hundreds of times probably by now. I'll be surprised if there's a subtlety in your data set we haven't come across. However, we do like to be surprised. We work with granular data, so we won't ever find correlations using aggregated data or averages. And the key reason for this is most contact centres will get 2 or 3 data sets, aggregated data, and they'll find the correlations, and normally those correlations will be incorrect. Like, if you look at the granular level of data, like, you can know that it's accurate and there's never an issue. So me and Simon have got about 40 years experience between us, mainly Simon, and we've lived and worked across pretty much every sector that there is with multiple clients. We've got a BPO background, so we've got shipped around quite a lot. And one of the key benefits for us is all this experience just allows us to deliver at speed, and we see things in other sectors where it wouldn't necessarily be transferable, but we find that most things are. So if you're very siloed and you're sector specific, you might be missing out on some good opportunities. Simon, back to you, mate.
Thanks, Sandeep. So the reason we're talking today was to show you how we can help you unlock the value of your data. But what is data and why is it valuable? Firstly, we see data as a picture into past experiences. So every system, program you use in professional or daily lives is generating data points. They're all getting stored somewhere, and at the moment they're stored, they're just a combination of numbers, letters, whatever it is. They don't actually have any value. What we believe adds value to that data, and what we like to extract, is when you build a story or a narrative around it, you give the data meaning. And to do that, we use our vast experience, and we've built a model where we look at it through 3 lenses. So we look at what happened in the past, hindsight, why has that happened, insight, and what could happen next, the foresight. So by doing that, we look at every possibility with the data. As Sandeep said, we like to use the granular data to really get down into the meat of it. But that's the way that we add value. Sandeep's going to go through a couple of case studies in where we've used some of these lenses.
Thanks, mate. So here's a problem that one of our housing association's clients came to us with. I'm really sorry you've just heard about this over there. I'm not going to talk to you about the £1 million we saved or avoided costs for a 60-seat contact centre. I'm here to tell you about a relatively small change we made, but the benefits of which are, well, it's the base of which the full savings were made. So they came to us wanting to buy a callback solution. We asked them a fairly simple question of why, and it was pretty simple, isn't it? Like high abandonment rates, long queue times, working within budget constraints. That's all good, so it's fine. So we went through our process, obtained all the available data that they had. I'm going to be honest, it wasn't in great shape, but it was fine. It's our job. If we didn't do it, we wouldn't have a gig. Spent a little time with the operation, and then quickly identified, using the data and spending time with the ops team, that a callback solution just wasn't going to work. So we went back to them, told them, can't sell your tech, although for a tech firm, not selling tech, not great, but we're still here. And then we went back with loads of, a few recommendations. One of the things that we identified was that the current reporting, the hindsight for the operation, just wasn't fit for purpose, and I'll take you through that now. So the support function were pulling multiple reports from multiple systems and manually transposing large amounts of data from one place to the other. Main problem with this, incredibly labour intensive. So yeah, it was taking around 5 to 6 hours for one person, or between 2 people every day. And if we're being honest, 5 to 6 hours of copying and pasting data is a pretty bad job. Not great, not ideal. So the first task was to fix the MI and to give them greater visibility of the productivity, the agent productivity, and enhance what they already had, and just give them better tools to build out to basically drive the performance of the contact centre. What we did was automated all the reporting, validated everything. That was key. And the benefits of this were business decisions now made on accurate data, not on 60% accurate data. The reporting arrives at 8:30, 9 o'clock on a morning, as opposed to 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And in a contact centre, data at 2, 3 in the afternoon, it's lost all its value if you're not having it first thing. And then, rather selfishly, the support teams, they've got all this time back, but we wanted to repurpose them. That's the main reason we did it. That FTE we saved now has the ability to real-time manage queues and real-time manage adherence, which means they didn't need to employ someone else to real-time manage the people that are working in the operation. It was all handled within the current headcount, and it's done within a few clicks rather than many, many hours. So we had a different client approach us, and they were embarking upon a digital transformation program, and they wanted to know what contacts they could automate. So this client is a global player in the white goods game, I guess. They've got contact centres dotted around. They're a global client. I think they're the number one retailer for white goods. They've got contact centres all over the world. To help them understand what they could automate, we first needed to understand the data. Fortunately, the data quality here was pretty good, and with a little bit of a clean-up and taking all the global data and repurposing, remapping it so it's like in a single sort of layout, we were able to generate some insights for them, and I'll just take you through it. So this here is a value irritant matrix, and every contact that they got was scored for is it valuable to the business? Is it an irritant for the business? Is it valuable to the customer? Is it an irritant to the customer? And then it gets plotted on this chart. One thing that you can see, they have loads that you can automate. Brilliant. If I'm being honest, if you spend enough money, you can pretty much automate anything you want. However, for these guys, automating all this massive bucket down here wouldn't have been ideal. This big bubble here and the one next to it are revenue generating. So our process, focusing on the data, but also focusing on the actual client, their challenges, understanding what they do, how they work, how they operate, meant we could feed back the recommendation that automate everything in there other than those two. And Simon's going to talk to you now about the model that we built for them.
Thanks, Sandeep. So yes, so we had done our work, we'd looked at what had happened, why it happened, and then what we wanted to do was look at what happened next. And what we did is focus on those portions of customers that on the face of it we couldn't put through an automated channel because we would have potentially lost that revenue. What we did was build a propensity model to actually identify which ones of those customers would buy anywhere. If they're going to buy, in this case it was a extended warranty, if they were going to buy that anywhere regardless of channel, then we could automate that conversation, reducing the cost to serve while still maintaining that level of revenue generation. So that's what we did. We took all the data, we looked at who had bought in the past, who hadn't, and building that propensity model, we were able to score all of the customers. When a customer looked like they would buy an extended warranty anywhere, we were able to put them through a low-cost automated channel where it looked like in order to get that warranty we were going to have them speak to someone. We put them through a traditional channel of actually speaking to an agent at the end of the phone. The end result of this was that we were able to maintain the level of revenue that was expected. We were also able to reduce the cost to serve, so it was a win-win for this customer. And so that's an example of where we've used the hindsight, insight, foresight model from start to finish, actually looking at that. And also, as Sandeep pointed out, we take into consideration it's not just about the data, it's about what that contact centre, what those people actually do, how they do it, and also who your customers are and what they're likely to do. So we try and build all of that in to what work we're doing so that we don't actually pull a lever over here and have an impact over here that we were expected. We try to map everything out, make sure that we know exactly what the outcome would be with every action that we take. And we've got a little bit of time left. So you saw this earlier. These are the types of use cases that we have. Do you want to go through one or no? If any of these use cases resonate with you, if there's anything that problems data-wise that you have that isn't on this list or we haven't covered, come and talk to us. We want to hear about it. We'll be at the CX stand downstairs for most of the rest of the day, or there's a QR code there. You can book a consultation with us, and we can just sit down and discuss what data problem you're having and how we can actually help you. So yeah, thank you. So anything you want to add, Sandeep?
Just one quick thing. We are data people, not sales people, and probably not people. So I apologise if it's a bit dry. But yeah, thanks very much for your time.